Senator, good morning. Do you and the leader of the House have a deal yet on magistrate pay that will get the TIF bill moving?
Yes, I expect both bills to be on a special call. The governor hopefully will issue early this afternoon.
You got it worked out?
TIF will be on the call.
You got it worked out?
Yes.
This is a yes, we do. This is not, this is a yes, yes.
This is a take it to the bank, yes.
This is a take it to the bank, yes. You have a deal worked out. What, I guess without getting down into, how did you get it done?
Well, just, some discussions. Met yesterday in the governor's office with several of our members of respective leadership, finance and judiciary, and went through the differences in some of the legislation. The TIF bill seems to be in good shape. There were some disagreement on how and what we were going to do with the magistrates, and I think we've ultimately reached an accord that will take care of initially those magistrates who took a reduction in pay immediately, so they'll be fixed, and with by January 1, 2017, an equalization of all the magistrates on one tier, with the proviso that there will be a study done by the National Conference of State Courts and also reviewed in comments with the Supreme Court that will make recommendations to increase efficiencies so that it would more equally have equal work for equal pay.
Got it. That's interesting. So this paves the way, 30 seconds, this paves the way for the governor to go ahead and call the special session to start when? Tonight? Tomorrow?
I would hope that by 6 o'clock this evening he can have us in and have the legislation presented to us. So I remain optimistic that the TIF, which I believe is the most important economic development bill we have, will go. And I want to compliment my leadership over here, particularly Senator Prezioso, and for his steadfast support of the TIF, and Senator Beach as well, who've been very instrumental in this legislation.
Got it.
It's important to their district, and of course I share that with them as well.
So there is in fact a deal?
Yes, sir, there is. You have to sometimes fish or cut bait, and we've exhausted all the avenues that we could possibly go down, and now that it's time, we need this TIF. It's important. It's the most important economic development jobs bill this session, and we can't delay any further. So we've talked about the magistrate bill. For the life of me, I don't know why we couple two bills to stand in the way of each other, but that's the process, and we think we have a good solution to the magistrates. We're gonna immediately take those individuals that lost their pay, the magistrates and magistrate clerks, during the 2010 census. We're going to have a study by the National Center for State Courts on weighted caseloads, salaries, jurisdictions, and things of that sort, and then come back in with the pay package at the end of I think that date would be January 1st, 2017. As long as we're satisfied that we have a good magisterial system, and that was our intent from the beginning. So sometimes the process is sort of cumbersome, but I think in the end, we're going to have a great economic development project up at Morgantown, and we're going to have a great magisterial system.
Look, I want to give you props on something here, Senator, because you were key in this. You did not want to rush ahead with the magistrate pay. I believe you were trying to be fiscally responsible. I believe that's the case. I think, though, that the numbers got the thing got so that if you did not meet the House more than halfway, the TIF bill might fail. So I think you're a guy that gave some ground on this, and I think you helped break the logjam and get it moving. That's not. I believe that's the case, quite frankly.
Well, thank you. I mean, it's a trying time, and at the end of this session, it was a very difficult session. We put a budget together in 3 days this week, and I don't think that's ever been done before, and we were diligent about what we did. We worked hard, tried to be fiscally responsible, but, there are times you've got to compromise, and we think this is a good compromise, and I certainly applaud the folks from the House for standing their ground, and I applaud, our senators here for working hard to trying to be fiscally responsible, and hopefully in the end it's better for everybody.
You sound like that. I'm not sure I bought that last part, but you're trying to put the brave face on that because like I said, you gave up something. But look, the TIF project is a pretty big deal. I know not everybody around West Virginia is as enthused about it as maybe folks in this region are, but I think is in a session that did not have very much at all, if anything, in the way of economic development. This is true. This is going to be serious economic development. So that's, again, my
You're
take.
absolutely right. I mean, where else can you're going to build an interchange down there that has access to both sides of that interstate. We're looking at building roads and patching potholes. We're going to build a new interchange for economic development. I think this is a very creative way of looking at road construction. And so there was a lot of great ideas in it, and we could ill afford to waste any more time. We need to get this thing moving.
So finally, at the risk of repeating myself, because I don't know how many times over the last 3 weeks, 4 weeks, we said, okay, the TIF bill is moving. We heard from Kessler, now from you, that there is no question that there is agreement between the House and Senate on magistrate pay. That will enable the governor to call a special session as soon as tonight and get this thing knocked out in the next day or two?
We hope to be out of here by Friday.
Got it. Senate Finance...
We're all tired and ready to go home.
I understand. Senate Finance Committee Chairman Roman Prezioso, representing Marion and Montague counties. Thanks for coming on, Senator.